What's up, YouTube? Jersey Jules back. That's right. The fat guy from Jersey with the funny accent is back. Here to make another video. I haven't posted in a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a little video, talk about some nonsense. You're gonna listen to me ramble on, and you're gonna click like, subscribe, all that good stuff, or you're gonna X out of my video and say screw that guy, he's a bit of a douche, and never listen to one of my videos again. Either one, doesn't matter. It is what it is. I'm just here to try to help. So, let's jump right into some stats first, and then we'll ramble on about some stuff I wrote down that I want to talk about. All right, so last year, 13 months ago, I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery. Basically, we're going to round it up. I was 300 pounds, 38% body fat. I was miserable, tired. I was just lethargic, no sex drive, no motivation, no ambition. I just was depressed. I felt like shit, as any obese person would. And I felt like I was taken away from my family and my children, away from them enjoying life because I didn't feel like doing anything. So I needed to make a change. I needed to do something about my weight. Because I've said it once before, I'll say it a million times again. You simply do not see any 300-pound 80-year-olds. If anybody knows of one, please feel free to show me, email me, message me, whatever. I'd like to meet a 300-pound 80-year-old, see how miserable their existence is if they even made it that long. Obesity kills. And I didn't want to die young. I watched family members go through illnesses. I watched family members die young. I didn't want to be that person. I wanted to give my family more of me. I wanted to be around for them a little bit more. I wanted to be more productive with them. I wanted to enjoy life a little bit more with my family. We're actually going to Portugal this summer. We're going to Portugal and Lithuania, so we're going to enjoy ourselves. Last summer we went to Vegas, LA, San Francisco, traveled, drove the California coast. So I'm out enjoying life now. I tell you right now, I'm really enjoying life. I'm having a good time. I'm happy with the way I look. I'm happy with the way I feel. The stats, I'm down to 220. I'll fluctuate between 218 and 225 depending on what I eat that week and how much I work out, how much water I retain. But let's go with 220 is my average weight. I'm 5'11"-ish. I'm a big frame guy. I got wide, broad shoulders. I have to get most of my clothes, my shirts tailored in for the way I'm built. I worked out before surgery. I work out after surgery. From like 3 weeks after surgery, I was back in the gym working out against doctor's orders. And I attribute that workout regimen towards a lot of my success so far. Knock on wood. That's not even wood, that's like pleather or something, I don't know. But knock on wood is it's the fact that I was active prior and I stayed active and I didn't lose a lot of my muscle tone. I lost pure body fat. My body accepted the vertical sleeve gastrectomy. It did what it had to do, and it worked for me so far, and it's working still. So I haven't dropped any actual weight as far as on the scale in probably five months or so, but I have noticed a little rearranging of some body mass. Like, I'm getting broader and more muscular in my chest and shoulders, and the waist is getting a little slimmer, and I could see some obliques and stuff. Things are moving around, even though the scale isn't showing it. So don't get hung up on the scale while you're on this journey. A good gauge is to see how your clothes fit, how your pants are fitting, your shirts are fitting, and where they're getting loose in relation to how you want to look. Because remember, this is a tool. This surgery is only a tool, and it's what you make of it. And I tried to make the best of it from day one. I had my fears going into it, as anybody else does. And now I look back, and it's probably the greatest, most life-changing thing I've ever done in my life. The best decision I've ever made for myself and for my family. So like I said, I used to be depressed. I had no energy, no sex drive, nothing. Now, like, I'll be honest, I have the sex drive of a 25-year-old. I'm happy most of the time. I mean, my kids aggravate the shit out of me. My wife aggravates the shit out of me at times, but that happens. I'm mostly happy all the time. I have tons of energy. I want to do stuff. I want to go out and live life. I want to be a father. I want to be around for my kids. And yeah, my life has changed. And I'm going to go over a couple of things I wrote down that I can't take full credit for this list or this video. It was somebody on the bariatric board. Actually, there's a new bariatric page for on Facebook. It's from one of the forums. They made their own page. I can't recall the name of it, the group, but just search around for like bariatric pages. Join one of the groups. You'll meet a lot of cool people, both that had the surgery or going into having the surgery, thinking about having the surgery, asking questions. And you can answer a lot of your questions. You can ask a lot of questions. It's a good place to meet a lot of cool people that are in the same boat as you, that have the same things going on. I believe was it Bariatric Pal or something like that, or Bariatric, I don't know. It's one of them forums that I'm on. I call them the fat forums. So this guy, he came up with like 5 things that have changed after surgery, and I'll probably add a few more of my own things in there. That he said what you can expect, or what you didn't realize was going on before the surgery, and now you can see it and feel it, and you're experiencing it. So number 1 was aches and pains. That's by far the first thing you're going to notice once you start dropping the weight. The aches and pains that you used to have start going away. The inflammation in your joints from eating all that shitty processed food and retaining all that water and that fat, that body fat, the inflammation starts going down. Just even the inflammation from your joints having to work so hard just to move that mass around, that 300, 400 pound mass around your joints. Your joints are screaming. Your knees are screaming, your ankles, your hips, everything. So once I started losing the weight, I realized that a lot of this pain started going away. I used to wake up every morning, my feet would hurt, my ankles would hurt, my knees started hurting. And that's another thing that kind of pushed me over the edge with this. My knees started hurting getting in and out of the car at work. And I never experienced that. And it started to make me feel older than I actually was. And I'm only 44. I just turned 44 last week. Oh, happy birthday to me. But yeah, that was when your knees start hurting, your hips start bothering you, your ankles, you're putting a lot of stress on your lower extremity joints. And it goes away. It starts to go away. And one of the things I did notice, I actually got, for a short period after the surgery, I got plantar fasciitis came back. I've had it before in the past. It came back for about a month or so because my weight was changing, and maybe the arches of my feet were able to lift up more. They weren't as flat. So from the change in I guess my gait, my walk, my weight distribution, that started acting up a little bit. And I went to physical therapy for a little bit for it, and it went away. And I haven't had it since. Thank God. It hasn't come back. But you will start experiencing a little bit of minor aches and pains in other areas, especially if you're exercising. So you'll get a little muscle soreness. Maybe you're not used to that. You'll get sore. Your weight, as your weight distribution changes around, your body relearns the new weight. You'll go through some of these aches and pains, but they'll go away eventually. Trust me. You'll feel 1,000 times better. So that was one of them. One thing he mentioned. Number 2 he mentioned on this list was fat shaming, and I didn't know that I was victim of fat shaming when I was 300 pounds. I didn't realize it. But you are. People treat me way differently now. Now that I'm healthier looking, I'm in shape more. I'm more physically attractive to the opposite sex. Or the same sex, whatever floats your boat. I don't know. I don't swing that way. Okay, maybe on like Wednesdays I might swing that way, but whatever. So you become more attractive. You'll start, you'll start noticing people paying more attention to you where they just ignored you before. Even like waiters or bartenders or store clerks, for some reason they treat obese people differently, and I noticed that. I'm treated so much better. Even like, I mean, I have been sexually harassed a few times. I had the old lady at the changing room the other day. I was trying on some clothes. She actually, she goes, "Oh, you smell so good. I just want to bite you." Whatever. I said, "Please don't bite me. That wouldn't be cool." But imagine if a dude, like a 65-year-old dude, said that to a woman. Oh my God. So I mean, anyway, that's the type of things I'm talking about. I'm getting more attention, more wanted or unwanted attention from people, and service is better. Customer service is better. People seem more responsive to you. It's a whole thing. I'm telling you, you won't realize it until you start to lose the weight. But once, pay attention as you're losing your weight. Pay attention to how people in stores treated you before and how they're treating you afterwards. People definitely fat shame. People will hold the doors open for you. I've had women hold the doors open for me. I've never had that before. It's just a weird thing. It's like people are accepting you now because you're more attractive or you're not obese, and they don't look at you as this lazy lump of shit. And that's how people view us as obese people. They look at you like, "Oh, you're just lazy. Why don't you just exercise and stop eating?" And it's so much deeper than that, and I get it. I understand, and I'll never forget that. But pay attention to that fat shaming. It's real. The third thing you're going to notice is friends. Your relationship with your friends is going to change, especially if you have obese friends. They might try to sabotage you. They might shun away from you. They might be a little jealous of you for what you did. You're always going to have those people that are going to make the negative comments that say, "Well, you cheated, you took the easy way out." I mean, listen, the easy way out is to just eat yourself to death and do nothing about it. Nothing about your weight at all. So this isn't the easy way out. This is a tool. It's a last resort for people that have tried everything. So your friends definitely will either support you or not support you. Guys were a little bit different. Women seem to be a little more catty on certain things. Like I could see the women friends, the overweight friends, being a little more jelly, and maybe friendships breaking up over that. My guy friends just kind of bust my chops about me being a little bit more vain than I was, and a little more metrosexual than I used to be, and they bust my balls. It's expected. I'm a completely new person to them. I act a little differently, I will admit. I dress differently. I do my hair differently. I give out more self-confidence now than I did before. So I'm more outgoing. I'm more lively. I'm more self-confident. And I didn't think it was possible, but I'm even more friggin' obnoxious than I was before. What can I say? I'm an obnoxious New Jersey Guido. It's what I am. So that's number 3. Your friends. Just pay attention to your relationships with your friends and even family. Just be mindful of that. Watch certain things will change. Just keep an eye on that. The 4th thing is a cross addiction. I mean, obviously, being obese is a form of addiction. Overeating is a form of addiction. You're addicted to food. You're addicted to eating. It's a crutch for you. It's an outlet for you. It's a vice, whatever you want to call it. You notice your addictions and your attentions may change. So I can't eat as much as I used to. So maybe I'll go to the gym more. I might become addicted to working out. You might become addicted to gambling. You might become addicted to sex. I was probably addicted to sex anyway, but what are you gonna do? Every guy is. We think about it like, what's the percentages, guys? Like 80 times a day or more than that, 800 times a day, guys think about sex. Some crazy number. But so you could become like a sex addict. You could. For me, my outlet now, for some reason, is shopping for clothes and dressing sharp. I admit, I'm a little overboard with the dressing now, and it's only because I've spent so many years wearing sweatpants and baggy clothes, and I hid my body, I hid myself. I didn't want to be noticed. I wanted to blend into the corner. Now, let me tell you something. Since I lost the weight and since my confidence is back, I want to walk in a fucking room and I want to be the center of attention in that room. I want that whole room to turn and say, this motherfucker got his shit together. All right? I want to be that guy. Okay? I want to light up the room. I want to be the party. I want to, I want to make a presence. I definitely, as a police officer, my occupation and my demeanor, I definitely have a command presence about me, and I've been told this before. But I just want to come in and I want everybody to like me. Like me or hate me, I don't care, either one. I want you to notice me. And that's my thing. I like to dress sharp now, man. I like to be that guy. I like to dress, I like to overdo it. I like to be extra, a little extra. And it's funny because I actually have this gay friend, John, that I take fashion advice from. And it's funny, like I'll put together an outfit for, like, say, Easter. I went out and I bought a tie and a pocket square, and I'm sending him different pictures on Facebook, like, dude, how about this one? How about this combo? How about this one? And he's like, yes, no, and like, he's like, yeah, you nailed it, man. You got a flair for this. So like, I'll go a little extra with the outfits and the dressing, only because I like to, man. I like to look sharp now. I like, nothing fit me before. Everything was uncomfortable. Everything's comfortable now. Everything fits nice. Everything looks sharp on me. So I overdo it. I wore a friggin' suit with a tie and a pocket square to my friend's house for Easter, for dinner. I overdress. We went out to a Russian restaurant a couple of weeks ago. I wore a friggin' 3-piece suit. No, it's what I like to do. It's my addiction. My addiction is looking sharp, getting my hair cut, the line, and doing, I like taking care of myself. I like having pride in myself. So if you want to call that an addiction, I guess, yeah, sure. I might have moved my addictions to taking care of myself a little bit more than I did before. So, yeah, watch the cross addictions, especially if you have like alcoholism or drug addicts or gambling in your family. Just be aware of that. Be aware that you may have a cross addiction. Your addiction to food may shift to something else. Make it a healthy one at least. Make it a good hobby, a good addiction. I'm not hurting anybody by dressing nice. And that's how I look at it. I'm not hurting anybody by shopping, buying some nice clothes, and looking like a squared away motherfucker. I mean, it's not hurting anybody. Okay, if I was out doing drugs, drinking every night, destroying my family, having sex with random 20-year-olds, yeah, I would say that would be a bad addiction. So find a healthy outlet to divert your attention away from eating. And another number 5 that this guy had mentioned was fear. Fear of regaining the weight. And let me tell you something, that's always in the back of my mind is regaining the weight. Remember, the demons are always there. They're always right behind you. They're always right there waiting for you to fall back into that vicious cycle. The second you stop moving and going to the gym, the second you start overeating again and indulging in food, they're right there to suck you back in. And my last video, I showed you the tattoo that I had gotten done on my chest. And I actually I did a little more color on it this week. I did some color to it. I added the color. I started doing the mask. And what this represents, if you can see, this is a geisha girl with a demon mask. And she's actually turning into a demon underneath the mask. So she's removing the mask. So what this represents, and I've explained this to a few people before. To me, all my tattoos represent something. So the geisha girl represents beauty and grace. Okay, the mask, she's shedding the mask, which was my mask of obesity, which was with my layers of fat, to reveal the beauty underneath, the more handsome, more attractive person underneath. So I'm removing that mask of obesity, but keep in mind, she's turning into a demon underneath the mask. So it's to remind me that no matter how you shed that outer shell, no matter how much you try, your demons are right there. She's always right there. That's my demon, just to remind me that, I can fall back at any moment. So that has a deep meaning to me personally. Your demons are always right there. They're one step behind you. Be it anything in life, be it gambling addiction, drug addicts, alcohol, addiction, sex addiction, like all these different addictions that you could have. Your demons are always chasing you, and they're always right behind you. They're fast. They run fast. So yeah, that was that's what what I mean about fear. You have to always be fearful and keep in mind that you can go back at any moment. Um, so that's what he meant by fear. There was a couple other things I was gonna discuss, but I really can't remember what I wanted to get into. Um, oh yeah. Oh, my sex life. Let me get into that a little bit. It's gotten much better with my. It was always my wife and I. We always had a good, decent sex life, healthy, couple of times a week type thing. Um, Now that I'm a lot lighter, not as heavy, if you know what I'm getting at. Um, there's less of my belly, maybe some more stuff I could see visually going on. Um, it makes it a lot more comfortable, a lot more fun, and I notice she's a lot more physically attracted to me in that way. And you know, we've kept active. We're still active. I mean, I'm always going to be active till I'm like 90, till it falls off. I plan on being active, but I seem to want it more. She seems to. She never wants it a lot. Like I don't know, but I seem to want it more. And when we do it, she enjoys it more. I guess because I'm a little more visually stimulating. My body feels different, and I'm not as cumbersome and heavy on top of her. If you know what I mean, that type of thing. I gotta watch my kids downstairs playing video games. I don't want them to hear me. But yeah, so that's a lot more fun between the two of us. She won't admit that she enjoys the new Julian. She won't really come out and admit it, but I can tell she does. Another thing I want to get into is your vainness. You will experience a period of being vain. I don't care who you are, what you say. Oh no, I won't. You're going to experience a period of being vain. You're going to be taking a lot of selfies. You never took a lot. If you look back at my Facebook page, there's never a lot of pictures of me back when I was fat. Now there's tons of pictures of me now. If you want to follow me on Instagram, actually, my name's Jersey Jules 1974 on Instagram. That's Jersey Jules 1974, the year I was born, on Instagram. You'll notice if you go back on my Instagram, you'll see very few pictures of me in my obese state. You're going to see selfies of me left and right. And what can I say? I'm in my vain phase. I don't give a shit. I look a lot better. I'm not saying I'm the greatest looking guy in the world. I look a lot better than I did. I feel a lot more confident than I did. I like to see myself dressed nice. I like to take selfies. I like to take pictures with my family. I never like posing for pictures with my family. I never liked that. So yeah, I'm in my vain phase. Sure. Let me. And my wife busts my balls all the time. She teases me. My friends tease me like I'm a 16-year-old girl taking selfies on Facebook. Hey, dude, whatever it takes to get you through this journey, whatever it takes for you to get to your goals and maintain your goals and keep them, whatever it takes you, whatever you need, do it. It's you. It's your life. You live it. You're doing it, not them. If you need to be vain, if you need to dress nice, if you need to dress in slutty, provocative clothes, whatever your thing is, whatever your poison is, do it. You know, you're not hurting nobody. I'm not hurting anybody by posting selfies of myself. I'm not hurting anybody by going out and, wearing a 3-piece suit and overdressing to a function. I'm not hurting anybody. I feel good. And if you feel good, and this was another thing I noticed. If you feel good, you're going to be more successful with the surgery. And this is the thing I noticed with weight loss. Before the surgery, when it was harder to lose weight, and I would see a little bit of progress, it got discouraging real fast because you wouldn't get that really good progress that you wanted. You would maybe lose 20 pounds and then just completely stall, and that was it. Like, you would have to go, I don't even know what I would have to do to lose another 5 pounds. So the surgery makes it it gives you better results faster, and the results motivate you more to get more results, if that makes any sense. So like you see the scale move 30 pounds, now you're like, oh, let me go 40. So it just keeps continually motivating you. So if looking better motivates you, then look as good as you want. It doesn't matter. It's you, it's your life. Whatever you need to motivate you and push you forward in that direction you need to go. And it's a complete lifestyle change, man. It's just, from not moving and not exercising and eating shit and eating whatever you wanted to not being able to eat mass quantities of food, it's definitely a massive lifestyle change, almost instant, actually pretty friggin' instantaneously. You could eat a whole pizza, you go to sleep, you wake up, you can't even eat a bite of pizza. It's a massive change at once to go through, and mentally it's a massive change. So that's another thing I want to get into. Mentally, be prepared for if you're pre-surgery. Be prepared for what this journey is going to take. Be on board mentally 100%. Go back and watch my very first video. I backed out the first time because I wasn't on board mentally 100%. I wasn't with the program. And if you're not on board mentally 100% with this, you're going to fail. So this is why I keep going back to, like, do whatever it takes to see your progress and to get your progress. If you need to take selfies of yourself, fine. If you need to buy new clothes to make yourself feel better, fine. You're not hurting anybody. Do what you need to do to make your journey successful. What I did for my journey might not work for somebody else. Just individualize your journey and sculpt it around what you need to get your results. What I did may or may not work for most of you. My thing was, I was in the gym against my doctor's orders 3 weeks after the surgery. I was so deathly afraid of losing my muscle, my mass, my size, that I was forcing the protein down regardless. I was drinking the protein I was supposed to drink 2 days after surgery. I was religious about getting that protein in. And now I'm at the point where I'm just at pretty much a maintenance phase where I could pretty much eat, like almost a normal guy my size. I have to make my meals smaller and space them out a little more throughout the day, but I get my nutritional needs in. I don't need to take a ton of vitamins. I went for my swallow study last month. My surgeon said my sleeve looks like he just did it yesterday. Everything's working fine. Everything's perfect. So I'm not concerned about that. You will be able to eat more. Don't worry. You might start with, 2 or 3 ounces of food. You'll be able to eat 4 to 6, up to 8 ounces. I still can't do an 8-ounce piece of meat. It's just not happening. I'll do like 4, and then I'll eat the other 4 later on. So I just got off on a tangent from wherever I was. I don't know. I guess that's probably a hint to wind up the video. I know I'm at 27 minutes of complete bullshit and boredom. So I'm going to wrap it up. Yeah, I really don't have much else to say other than, I wish everybody out there the best of luck. If you're pre-surgery, do your research, watch some of my videos, read up on the forum, and make sure this is right for you and be on board mentally 100%. If you're not on board mentally, you don't have a good support network, you're probably going to fail. So take a step back, reevaluate your situation, what got you into that situation, reevaluate what you've done in your life about your situation to see if this is right for you. I personally took 2 years in between surgery, in between backing out and actually getting the surgery, to reevaluate my life. I tried 3 other times, and it's what I needed. My life brought me back to square one. And over a year later, I'm sitting here talking to you on a YouTube video, telling you that I feel that at this point I'm pretty successful what I've done, and you can be successful too. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's going to be a perfect example of success, whatever you want to call it. But you could be the best version of you that you could be. And I guess the surgery might be the answer for some of us. Some of us it's not. So, that's about it. I'm going to stop rambling. I've been rambling on for, now it's 29.19 minutes. So remember, Instagram, Jersey Jules 1974, YouTube, Jersey Jules. I'm on the forums as Jersey Jules. Message me, Instagram me, send me direct messages on YouTube, email me, whatever you want to do. You have a question, you have something you want to ask me, you have a topic you want to discuss, you want a little help with your diet or your workout plan, hit me up. I'm here to help. I'm on the forums. I'm on the Facebook groups. Don't be shy, people. I wish you the best of luck in your journey, and the best of luck doing your research. But for now, I'm going to sign off. Jersey Jules. I'm going to sign out now. Take care, everybody.